Well, if you sat through that very long intro, here's part one of my giant movie monster games. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee for the GameCube, released in 2002 or so. So, yeah, let's just get right in. Now, the story in this game is about the Vortex going down to Earth, trying to take over the world, and sending all the monsters on a rampage. And that's pretty much it. The stories is about as silly as the stories in the Godzilla movies, so I guess for a Godzilla game, the story's totally fine. Just fine. This game is a 3D fighting game where you take control of giant monsters and destroy the other one. You have a variety of moves in this game, including punches, kicks, tail whacks, and every single monster in this game has a laser, because lasers are cool. It's nice how much variety there is in the monsters. All of the monsters play pretty differently, which definitely is a positive, something War of Monsters didn't do right. Now, this game, there is a variety of characters, and that variety is actually pretty good in this game. It includes some of the best Godzilla monsters. We have Godzilla's 90s, 2000, Megalon, Gigan, Ghidorah, Mechaghidorah, Rodan, the Destroyer, Orga, Mechagodzilla, Anguirus. Some of the best ones. And overall, I do think the character selection is pretty good, but you will see over time with the other Godzilla games that it actually gets way better. The character selection, eventually leading up to 26 characters, which is more than twice as many as this game. Overall, character selection's pretty good. Now, this game has some different modes. You have your adventure mode, which you see right there, which is like your standard mode in Street Fighter, so I guess kind of your classic mode, like from Super Smash Brothers, that kind of stuff. You have a survival mode, which is you try to kill as many monsters in one life, which is pretty standard. Then you've got all these multiplayer modes that I have no footage of, but they are actually pretty fun with some friends. Now, though, I will say this. I do have some problems with this game. Now, the fighting's really good in this game, but the biggest problem with this game, and really like the only problem, there's not enough modes to keep you busy for more than about 7 hours. After that, you'll be bored. Trust me, you'll be bored. You'll be like, what do I do now? But overall, I think this is a solid fighter, and it's good with friends. Overall, the gameplay is actually pretty good. Now, the graphics in this game for 2002 actually look pretty decent and good for the GameCube. The character models look good and represent the monster they are. And I didn't have any frame rate or screen tearing during the game, which is a problem in the other Godzilla games. The textures are fine, and this game does look like a Godzilla game. So, overall, the graphics are actually pretty good for this game. Now, the music in this game, to be honest, it's not very good. It's not catchy or memorable at all. Now, I'm not even going to comment about the voice acting, because there's so little of it. But the sounds of the monsters is excellent. They've got the right screams and noise effects. Buildings sound like they're crumbling when they crumble. Sound effects are excellent and definitely the best part of the sound. And that's really all I have to comment about the sound. The sound's alright. That's it. Now, overall, this is a decent fighting game that might have a few flaws, but it's still a good game. It's worth checking out for Godzilla fans, but you probably already have this one. But for everyone else, if you can find it cheap, then you should pick it up. But if it's expensive, then it's actually pretty rare. But I got mine for about $5 at a flea market. So it's worth $5 at least. While it has some issues, it's still a pretty good game and a solid fighter with a couple balance issues. Overall, I'm gonna give this game a solid 8 out of 10. A good fighting game So if you like this review, like, rate, leave a comment, do whatever the hell you want. Thanks for watching. See you on part 2 of my giant monster game reviews.